So much has changed, Connie. When I became
Hey,
commander
Guardians,
of
welcome back.
Vanguard,
All right, it is about midday on the 4th of January, doing the Nuzlocke Vanguard operation. What that means is that uh, I will only be, I will be taking on Earth side operations only. Um, and that excludes the heist operations and the psyops operations, and depending on how I feel at that time,
I know
the
I can't ask you
rescue and
for much,
recovery operations.
but I
So
am at your
I'm staying
service.
with the baseline planetary strikes and maybe a couple of the battlegrounds from the
Always have my
time
back.
that Keitel and Zavala butted heads, and that's about it, really. I'm going to start doing that again. It's probably going to be disappointing,
Let's see what we've got.
and I am not prepared to make this be a really, really short run today. I am breakfast time. Yeah, well, late breakfast. Last night, family brought home some Del Taco, and I just wasn't feeling it, and I went to bed kind of early, and so yeah, leftover Del Taco this morning, pan fried with a little bit of olive oil. When I say a little bit, I'm talking like less than half a teaspoon for the French fries. Get them done up first. Leave them in the fridge. Do not reheat them in the microwave first. I recommend do not reheat them in the microwave because the French fry, the outer crisp shell will just gum up. Worse still for the burrito. So just bring your pan up to a decent heat. Make sure it's a pan that you can either comfortably flip if you're a person who flips. But if you're not, then make sure you got a nice heat-resistant spatula that doesn't scorch scrape your pan. Basic cooking 101 kind of shit. But yeah, you bring the pan up to heat with the oil in it. Like I said, a half a teaspoon, just a little bit over half a teaspoon actually, and put the French fries in there, and move them around so you get nice and coated. They already have enough oil on them already. I added a little bit of extra black pepper just to kind of bring up the spice level. Let's see, we got shotguns, pulse rifles, big grenade launchers. Okay, so shotguns, that's a good thing. Pulse rifles, I could do that. And then grenade launcher, because I think we have void weaponry in this, don't we? Yeah, yeah, we do. Okay, so we're gonna hit to the planet first. No, actually, let's do it. Let's start off. Vanguard ops. I will not be doing the Nightfall because it is still Savathun's Throne World, and I absolutely fucking hate all those fucking strikes. I'm gonna be honest about it. And here we go, starting the Nuzlocke for Vanguard operations. So yeah, the burrito was really easy to do. Um, Again, a little bit less than a half a teaspoon of olive oil. Do not reheat the burrito. Take it straight from the fridge. Start it off on a medium high heat, just to kind of get things sizzling. And then once you start seeing the burrito tortilla brown a little bit, and you're turning it over, pretty consistently. You're not letting it sit on one side for more than a half a minute or so. You'll keep flipping it, and once it's soft enough, you using your spatula that you use for the French fries. Move the French fries, by the way, to a bowl or a plate, whatever. At this time, they'll keep their heat for a little bit. Um, so you're working with the burrito now, and you want to make sure it gets coated with the olive oil. Um, if you have one of those basting brushes and a little, cup of olive oil, one of the fancier chef types, you could actually just, brush a bit of olive oil over both sides of the burrito, and then do that instead of, doing the old fashioned way of just measuring it into a teaspoon and putting it in the pan. Anyway, so you're bringing up the heat. What you're trying to do is you're trying to, no, not doing this one,
The
especially
Scions
not
are
this one.
already
This
deep
is
in
a
the
fucking
next
hiking
network,
simulator.
and it looks like they have the
Again,
area pegged.
it's
You can catch them if you hustle.
it's basically a psyops. All right, keeping it to Earth, just like Banshee says. That's the whole point. Banshee says, stay on Earth, keep it to Earth. Less complicated. Um, so yeah, once the tortilla starts to brown up a little bit, and you can feel the burrito give, it's not as solid because it's just out of the fridge. Definitely don't do this for freezing. Um, with a frozen burrito, if you want to do this with a frozen burrito, definitely go ahead and cook it in the microwave, or however which way you want to do it. And then you can pan fry it. So what you're really trying to do is you're trying to reheat it, but also pan fry it a little bit. So it's like a chimichanga. Um, Once it's to that point where it's soft enough and you're able to turn it and it's browning pretty good, drop the heat down to low and kind of cover it a little bit and let it kind of keep turning it, but you keep it covered because you want the heat to stay in there. Nope, Nessus again. What the fuck, people? We're just on Nessus. I don't want to do this. So then, yeah, then you turn the heat off. Once it's like to the brown crisping that you want. It feels soft. It's kind of mooshing around a little bit inside there. Cover it up and just walk away. Turn the heat off. Turn off your flame. Turn off your heat if you're on electric, and then cover it up and walk away. For about a minute or two or something like that, because you want to let the heat and the steam kind of get through all of that, and then enjoy afterwards. And it's actually very little mess if you do it right, and nice and warm and ready to go. It's not a breakfast I recommend if you're trying to be healthy, but it is very tasty. All right, we got an Operation Battleground Foothold. This is decent. I can work with this. Like I said, depending on what it is, I may or may not do a Battleground. But we are working on the gunsmith calibrations, so that is a thing we need to finish up here. Did pretty good at this charge and blast routine. Oh, missed. Of course, it helps to know where the enemies are so you can plan the attack better. The Wastelander is such a good gun. Of all the patterns that I've chased, this is actually one of my favorites. That, of course, is the Battler. There we go. Where's the bad guys? Oh, they're running all over the place, too. Nice. Headshot. Nope. Now we're out. Alright, let me check this real quick.
Saw what the Hive did to the Elixir on the shore. That would push anyone to their limit.
The Red War proved that the Cabal have no limits.
Then let's give them some.
I was talking there and I didn't realize I had it muted. There's this YouTube channel that I follow called Distraction Makers or Distraction Creators. And it's a couple of guys doing a podcast format where they talk about game theory, game design. Not game theory in like, the intelligence industry game theory. I'm talking like game theories as like, theories of design and how players engage in mechanics and stuff like that. And it's been a really good channel. It's kind of directed my ideas. Well, actually, I wouldn't say directed. It's what's the word I'm looking for here? It's kind of reinforced what I've always had a theory of, as far as how I've been reacting and interacting with Destiny. that a lot of what goes on, a lot of what I'm responding to and uh, dealing with as a gamer really has been, uh, exemplified by their commentaries. Uh, like the lack of player agency in a linear narrative campaign. The and not even just like in like whether or not you choose a story point over another, and more importantly in like how you build your character. You're allowed to you're allowed to pick a class. I picked hunter. You pick your subclasses or you unlock your subclasses, and it's like you don't really get that much choice in your gear. That's why I've been such a big, proponent of the craftables, and really kind of hope that eventually we'll be able to do craftable armor. But I'm sure they'll pay gate that behind an expansion, or they'll boss gate it behind a fucking dungeon or some other fuckery. Um, yeah, I mean, if I could set up a tabletop RPG, dungeon crawler, shoot 'em up, or when I say shoot 'em up in tabletop, I'm talking like Warhammer 40K, Space Weirdos, Turnip 28, that kind of stuff. We through yet? Would have thought that these guys would have been done already by now. What playing with? Okay, taking their time like me. I'm actually shocked that I'm playing with two other Sony players. That's fucking different. It's not unique. See, that's what I'm talking about. Don't leave your tangos behind. This shit needs to despawn faster. That's what caused the Nightfall problem. Is that there were too many tangos and shit floating all over the fucking map, and the server couldn't handle it. The engine couldn't handle it, so it kept crashing. And I think people were exploiting that because sometimes when you crash, you auto-complete an area. And I'm not talking like a wipe, I'm talking like a crash. So, there's probably some shenanigans going on. They don't want to be too forthcoming with it. Just like every time there's an internet problem and you're on landline, you've got, double platinum fucking service from your, service provider. There's any other bandwidth going through your house, and they come up and say, yeah, you're having a problem with the connection, it's not us, it's you. That's such gaslighting shit. And that's something else they talk about in their little podcast, is all the gaslighting that goes on. Sorry, kind of going a little bit AFK. I got, again, the only reason why I'm not completely engaging with this operation is because it's just so mindlessly tedious. I mean, there literally is no reason for it to have to be this complicated. And then somebody comes in and gets the final kill. I love it. And I got just 15 more targets. I'll probably clear that up in a fucking lost sector. Vanguard or Crucible playlist activities, rapidly defeating apartments with matching weapon types. So auto rifle kills, basically.
Just up ahead.
Which, of course, this means I am being pushed back.
Time to fight fire with fire. Or bullets. You know, your choice.
Is it just me, or am I the only one being shot at right now? Oh, this is gonna take forever. I'm gonna finish my burrito. Woohoo. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I'm talking about. I always love it how it just spawns you like completely out of the way of everything. And I laughed at us. Get quick kills. Quick kills. What fucking operation are you thinking we're going to be playing in where we're going to be able to do that? It's like everything's fucking overly complicated now. It's all drawn out. It's all a fucking hiking simulator. It's like, and all the enemies, even the red bars, are like completely fucking overpowered. Either they've got massive shields or they got massive buckets of HP. It's like, give me a fucking break, dude. Retool your fucking challenges. I know some people are out there are managing it, but they're doing it because, oh, shock, surprise, they actually have fire teams they're playing with. Yes, I know. If I put the effort in there, I could probably go ahead and get myself a fire team to play with, too. That's the problem. You shouldn't have to deal with that. That shouldn't be the case. That should not be the default state in a game like this. The default state should be randos. Because you're trying, that's how you build up the team. That's how you start the team. You don't get the old crew together to fucking play content. You create a new crew, you know? Really, Mr. Ogre, what did you come in here for? What's your problem? There's another fucking tangle. Son of a bitch. I am so sick of stasis and so fucking sick of strand. I am just done with it. Holy fuck. 15 fucking minutes, dude. We're not even fucking done yet. We still gotta go through the handshake.
The Cabal will retreat without Unfortunately, the same cannot be seen.
That's another fight for another day. Impressively done, Guardian.
What do we get here? Yeah, I expected that. Minimum effort. Oh, wait. Where is it? Okay. They did their part, and they did their part. I didn't do fuck. Anyway, that's basically the way I'm going to play it all day, kids. Till next time, play well, have fun. I guess. I don't know.